We are going live.
Looks like we are live. Can you tell? Are we there?
Yep.
Greetings! Salutations, everyone! We are all in alignment with Anita A, Cheryl V, your stress reduction gurus, coming to you live like we do Fridays for Feng Shui Friday. And we've been doing this for a few years now, but just in the last month, we've come live on YouTube directly. How are you doing today, my fabulous, amazing partner, Anita A?
Doing good. I'm just doing the thing over here to see if I can message people. So tell everybody who we are and
I
what
already
we
did
do.
that. We are all in alignment. Anita A, Cheryl V, stress reduction gurus. Anyway, we take our cue and our theme for the day from the Feng Shui Personal Paradise card deck by Tara Catherine Collins. And Anita pulls a card, I pull a card, or they come flying out. And that is our topic or theme for the day. And attached to it is a tip. 20 is plenty, our TIP for you.
Okay,
You've
well,
got
I'm going to
your,
let you go ahead with yours. I'll
okay,
be right back.
okay. Well, I had two fly out, if that's helpful. Do you want to do that? Oh, I've completely lost her. So I don't know if I'm live. It looks like I am still. All right, well, the two cards that came out for me today, number 50, Children and Creativity, and, whoops, number 28, the Desk. And I'm thinking I need to get creative with my desk. That's probably why this came out. I was out and about yesterday at an e-women event in Calgary, Alberta, and came home with a whole bunch of stuff to do, some brilliant ideas, some new connections. So yay for all of that. And it's fun when we're in a different environment. Sometimes we shift our energy, or the energy in that environment affects us 100% of the time. And the creativity can come out, which is so exciting and so fun. Now, when it comes to children and creativity, that is one of the areas in the Bagua in the house. And this is what a Bagua looks like that we work with the Western School of Feng Shui. The Bagua, so I'm just going to put my finger here. So you see the little white square, although energy doesn't stay in one spot. This is just how a tool we use, like the meridians in the body that an acupuncturist will use. This is children in the creativity area, and it's based on where you enter into the space. So when you stand at a doorway into a room, so for example, we'll use my office. If I'm standing at the doorway to my office, I am standing in between. I got to lay the card deck like this so that I'm standing here looking in. The children and creativity area is actually the area right behind me. So you're looking in to the center and the right. So if you put 9 little areas into the home or into the space or into, like I said, my office, it would be this particular area. You'll see that it's colored white in here because there's a color associated with the area of the Bagua. But the children and creativity is always about getting out of our analytical mental brain and allowing that creativity and childlike wonder to flow. What does that have to do with a desk? Well, my desk is a lot of very mental energy right now. And which is good. That's the whole purpose of it, is to create and do some things here. But I need to shift it up a little bit, change it up. Whether that's taking everything off and cleaning it, getting into a flow, maybe putting a different color on here or moving the stuff around on my desk. It just needs to shift that energy a little bit. So that's what the two cards that I pulled out, Children and Creativity, number 50, Anita, and 28, the Desk. That's what's come up for me today with the two cards. For a tip when it comes to either, well, the tip we talked a little bit about is where is the children and creativity area in the Bagua. So we explained a little bit about that. And the whole purpose of it, when you want to get some creative juices flowing. I mentioned that yesterday I was at the eWomen networking event in Calgary and met some absolutely amazing women and one man, which was very cool, Sam. Once you start seeing what other people are doing, other businesses out there, there's collaboration that comes out of it. And I think that's where some creativity can be a lot of fun. And on my way down, I traveled with a friend of mine, Ranchelle Van Bryce, and she is such a brilliant coach. She taps into her intuition, and literally it was like a one-on-one coaching session all the way down. And then all the way back, we were talking about other things. But allowing, and she's got a way to look at things of your dreams and visions in front of you, and behind you is your current reality, and shifting those two. So what's going on in your current reality? Maybe it's on your desk, right? That is current. Everything that I've been working on is right here. It's current. What do I want to have happen? So maybe those dreams and those creativity needs to come to the forefront on my desk more so than being stuck in the current reality. What does my partner got to say about all that?
Well, of course, we always know that there's, the energy is connected, and
100%.
I got card number 27, which is home office.
Wow, you think Spirit's speaking to us loud and clear today?
Yeah, isn't that interesting? And quite, there are a lot of people that are working from a home office.
Yep.
And it's trying to find that balance and avoid those home-like interruptions that, take you off task, take you off your focus of whatever you're trying to create in your home office. And I believe that the reason this card came up today, Cheryl, because you and I had a discussion yesterday after the networking event about the command position.
You betcha.
And maybe you haven't heard of what the command position is. So we're going to explain that to you, because it doesn't matter if it's your home office or if you're going to a networking event.
Exactly.
So what the command position is when that you have a 360-degree view, right, of the doorway, of the window, of the room, of the space. And when you have a solid wall or something solid behind you, what happens is your autonomic nervous system relaxes. So then it puts you in control, compared to if you had your office chair, let's say, if you had your office chair, so the back of your office chair was facing the doorway. Someone could sneak up behind you, and even though you may be in your home office by yourself, there is still that subconscious alert system that someone could come and sneak up behind you and oversee what you're doing and all of that. So then your body is tense. It doesn't relax, and you're not able to really focus very clearly. Do you have anything to add to that, Cheryl?
No, I love it. I love that that's what's coming up for you in the energy and the command position. And as you said, it doesn't matter if you're working in your home office, in an office with others, going to an event. When we were talking about it yesterday, we were even talking about it from a client's perspective. So the person I was talking to at SAM is an accountant. And when he meets with his clients, if he's meeting in their office, He wants to allow a little bit of, and he's very aware of the command position. He doesn't instantly take it. Or if they're meeting in a neutral zone, he'll try to see where they sit and go from there so that they feel in control.
Mm.
Or in a restaurant, if he's got little people with him, like he said, his grandchildren, he'll often not take the command position in a restaurant space either, but he does it intentionally, depending upon the situation. So I love how he was thinking outside of the box when it comes to energy, and that he knew enough about the command position of when to use it. So if you are in charge of a company or a team or whatever the case may be, and you're having meetings and you're feeling like no one is, and I don't want to use the word respect, but they're not listening to you maybe, or you feel like you're not being heard and yet you're supposed to be the leader, you may want to look at that positioning where you're seated. Who has control in that room? So I find that quite fascinating.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And it is one of those things that you can experiment with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Take 20 minutes if you have a home office, and maybe you're like, oh my gosh, that means I'd have to move my desk and I'd have to rearrange all the furniture, and,
Yeah.
right? You're thinking, oh, that's not going to work for us. Just sit in your office chair, put your 2 feet on the floor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Close your eyes and just move your chair around and just feel how you feel in your body with your back of the chair facing the door or a window, and see how you feel differently if you're in line with it so that you
Mm-hmm.
can clearly see those spaces. You will notice an immediate shift in your body, and then you'll know, oh, maybe it is worth the effort of
Mm-hmm.
moving my furniture around. Because we always say in Feng Shui, we look at the current results.
Results.
What are the current results that are showing up for you in your life? In your home office, do you feel that you're constantly being pulled in all kinds of directions? Do you end your day with a bigger to-do list than you started with?
Mm.
Right? Are there piles all around you of unfinished projects or things that you need to get to? Do you get headaches? Are you feeling stressed? Are you feeling overwhelmed? All of those are clues or indication that you may not be energetically aligned in your office space.
Mm-hmm. 100%. 100%. And while we're talking about, because that's what's come up, children, creativity, home office, and desk. So for those of you just joining us, we have 3 cards that come out. Well, today it was 3 cards. Normally it's 2. But let's talk about the desk a little bit and its positioning. Now, we talked about the command space, but you and I have done enough home consultations and business consultations to know that many people will position their desks so they're looking out the window.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about that position and the pros and cons about that one.
Well, when you're looking out the window again, what do you see? Again, in Feng Shui, we say where our eye goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, that's where our attention goes. So if the outdoors is, maybe you live in a nice warm climate, maybe there's something, the sunshine is calling you, or there's a nice park beside your office, or, maybe that's constantly grabbing your attention and saying, oh, you don't have to work today, just come outside, come outside.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe it's a dirty window you're looking out. Maybe it's a blank wall. There's just so many things that, every situation, every home office, every other office is
Mm-hmm.
individual. But again, it's very, very important of what you're seeing, what you're impressing upon the subconscious mind, or what I like to say, if we're impregnating or impressing an idea upon the subconscious mind, that is repeated action that is going to show up in your life. It's going to show up in your joy, how joyful you are in your
Absolutely.
home office. It's going to show up in how you interact with other people. So
I
very
love it.
important.
Yeah.
What are you looking out in that window?
Well, and we've worked with people, of course, like we say, with the home consultations or business consultations, where some of them are literally facing a wall, right? So they're sitting looking here, and this is what they're looking at. And they feel, and we've heard it from multiple people, I feel like I'm just hitting a wall. I'm blocked.
I'm stuck.
Hello?
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly the energy that's going on in your space. Now you take that and you move the desk back so that it's literally reversed. So that wall is right behind you. It's supporting you figuratively and energetically. And then you can see what's out there, all the potential, all the creativity, the children and creativity, right? Mm-hmm. So consider you never thought a desk was probably that important or your positioning, but it's huge. It's absolutely huge. So 100%. 20 is plenty, like Anita said. Yes, it may involve some work in the near future, but the long term is going to shift your current results. And I had started talking about my friend Ranchelle, a coach, and her way of looking at things, your dream in front of you and your reality behind you. Well, that's perfect. So if you need to shift things in your office, what's ahead of you? What is your dream? What is it that you're working towards and you want? And yet, your current reality is behind you. And let's make that current reality support what's going on in the future, what's going on ahead of you, instead of distracting you from it. You have a great story, Anita, and I think we have a couple minutes for you to talk about when you first started studying Feng Shui. And a gentleman that you knew, you went into his office and you noticed something right off the bat. Mm-hmm. And you almost predicted to him what was going on in his business because his back was to the door. Would do you think it's okay to share that story?
Yeah, absolutely. He actually, well, it was more than his back to the door. I mean, that was one of it. But there was also a piece of furniture that was acting like a knife or a sword. And I actually told him, I said, the position of your furniture in this office is you are leaving yourself vulnerable, almost like someone stabbing you in the back. Ha ha ha. Yeah, that's woo-woo stuff. 2 weeks later, he found out that the person that had been working with him alongside him was actually opening up their own office and taking the clients with them. And it was exactly that, because when he was off task, right, not being in the command position of his office, he was constantly being taken off task, and the little cues or there likely had been some cues along the way that would have alerted him to the fact that his partner was going somewhere else, but he didn't see them because he wasn't grounded. He wasn't focused. He wasn't in command of his business. So that was huge, huge, huge.
Yeah, it is huge. And it's a great example and a great indicator. All right, so 20 is plenty. Tips for you. If you work from a home office or go to an office, can you see, do you have a peripheral of the door, what's ahead of you, out a window? Do you have a supporting wall behind you? Is there a shelf maybe above your head with stuff on it? Just be observant. We can talk about that shelf in a second. But what's going on? What are your current results? How are you feeling? Notice when you go out and about, when you go to meetings, when you go to events, when you go to a restaurant, someone else's house.
Where do you sit?
Where do you
position
sit?
yourself? Yes.
And who is sitting in the command position? And then just observe who is actually in control of the conversation, the fun, the room, etc. Just observe. So that's a 20 is plenty.
I would love for you to share a photo with us.
Oh yeah,
on
absolutely.
our private Facebook group. Not private, pardon me. Yeah, all in alignment with Anita and Cheryl. You can find us on Facebook. Share a photo and, let us look through our feng shui eyes and see if we can help you make some adjustments there.
Exactly.
Let's do the numbers and then we're going to be
Okay.
out for the day. We are great. I think we're even a little.
Well, we started a little, so.
Yeah. Okay.
I refer to, because we always like to end with some numerology, and how numerology works is we take the total of the cards, we break them down to one number. So I had a 28, which equals a 10, a 50, a 50, which is a 5, that's 15, equals a 6, and you had a 27, which equals a 9, 9 and 6 is 15, getting us back to the number 6, and I refer to double digitology, Marilyn Harper Joy Roby, for what Adironda says about the number 6. The 6 energy is quite interesting. In the past, the energy of the 6 was only about material possessions, and yes, it is still important to pay attention to those material things that you have in your home. However, now the 6 carries a much greater message. The 6 itself is about releasing your worry about material possessions, or releasing your worry about the effectiveness of your money or anything related to your material world. The 6 is also about being pregnant with new ideas that are bursting to be born, right? Look at the shape of the 6. Little rocky, little rolly. Pregnant with ideas, being a peacemaker, accommodating the kindness of the universe instead of the pain of the universe. So maybe you've been rocking back and forth between a dream and your current reality, and it's time to roll towards, look ahead at that dream and let the current reality stay behind you.
Love it. Perfect way to end this segment. You know what? Like, share, comment. If you're loving our videos, tune in with us once a week. What else?
Subscribe.
Check out our website, allinalignment.com, herinspiredjourney.com, and we look forward to seeing you again next week.
Have a great week, everybody.